What's up, Slayers? This is Dram 76 of the Game Slayers. I want to bring to you today my Halloween edition video. I thought we'd start out with the top 10 horror movies that I prefer. Like I said, this list does not mean this is what everybody will think is the top 10s. These are just my favorite movies. But I want to get started with number 10 is a 1993 movie, The Leprechaun. The Leprechaun spawned off quite a few sequels to the movie. As far as going to Leprechaun in the Hood. The movies were actually pretty decent with a lot of crude humor in it, where you had the leprechaun always chasing down his gold, trying to get his gold back. And if you messed with the leprechaun's gold, you might as well be prepared to be laying in the ground pushing up some four-leaf clovers. But as far as the humor goes, the leprechaun, if you caught his gold, you got the 3 wishes, and as one poor guy found out, just because you wish for something doesn't mean you're going to get what you wish for. He wished to be rich, and yeah, he got his money. The leprechaun made the money appear in his stomach, and it burst his stomach from the inside out and killed him. And therefore, the leprechaun got his money, gold back. But I'll leave it with this, let you check out the video for the very first trailer for the first Leprechaun movie.
The luck of the Irish is being packed and shipped to a little town in South Dakota whose luck may have just run out.
In the cabinets. Toward the basement. We're like really scared. Hello? I need the police. This is an emergency.
Leprechaun.
It's out. It's out of the crate.
Alright guys, we'll head on to number 9 now. Number 9 is an awesome movie. Some people say, hey, it should have been up toward number 1, number 2, something like that. And it is a great movie. Poltergeist, the 1982 original version, not the remake. As some of you have seen it, Poltergeist was about a family that moved into a house. The house was built on top of an Indian burial ground. Well, they thought that the bodies and everything had been moved away and the house was sitting on just the land that the cemetery was on. Well, that wasn't the case. As they found out, their daughter was wound up sucked into like another dimension, a portal, which they could hear through the white noise of the TV. They could hear her. The son was attacked by trees, and daughter, I mean, they had all kind of weird stuff going on. The house would teleport like chairs and stuff through portals. At the end, they had to go get a psychic medium to retrieve their daughter, help retrieve their daughter through the other dimension. And they did. And as all this was going on, bodies started popping up out from under the ground, and you can see where the bodies were coming up. They were never removed from the ground the house was built on. In the end, the house imploded on itself, and at the end it shows them going to a motel, and the first thing the father did at the hotel was kick the TV out the room. But it's a great movie. Back when they knew how to make horror movies, it was really good. Check it out. I'll leave you with this video of it, the first trailer for Poltergeist.
The house looks just like the one next to it. And the one next to that. And the one next to that. A young couple live in it.
Give Ken a kiss.
You are so obnoxious.
With their 3 children.
Honey, chew each bite 10 times.
And something more.
They're here.
Sweetie, remember last night? Do you remember when you woke up and you said they were here?
Uh-huh.
Well, who did you mean? Who's here?
TV people.
Something's funny going on here next door. Something,
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
What kind of disturbances?
I don't know what hovers over this house. I've never sensed anything like it.
That thing is in there with my baby.
They're hungry.
Now Steven Spielberg crosses a frightening new threshold into a world within our own. Its form is revealed.
What is it?
Its focus is clear. And the games are over. Poltergeist. It knows what scares you.
Alright guys, this next one is one of my personal favorites. This movie got a lot of slack and got a lot of protesting saying it wasn't a good movie. I personally liked the movie because it was one of the first times I had seen it done with this angle of people actually holding the camera recording itself. This was the Blair Witch Project, which was put out in 1999. To me, the Blair Witch Project was one of the first movies, like I said, where it showed the actual characters were filming the scenes as they go. Now, in real life, the actors did not know what was going on. They would get a list and an envelope of what they would start doing the next night, which is what made the movie cool, because in the scenes where the actors were scared, they were actually really scared because they didn't know what was going on or anything, and it made the movie awesome. But it started out with 3 film students. You had 1 female, two males. They were going out to the woods. I can't remember what state it was in, but anyway, they went to check out the history of the Blair Witch. One of the places they went was Coffin Rock, and you know, of course, they kicked over a bunch of rocks that were sitting there, and it started the whole thing off. They never found out or never actually showed who the Blair Witch was or what it was, but in the end, the 3 people were missing, never were recovered. All they found was footage, and that is what you are watching when you watch it. I will leave you with the video of the Blair Witch.
I just want to apologize to Mike's mom and Josh's mom and my mom. I am so sorry, because it is my fault, because it was my project.
The search of the 3 missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County tonight.
10 days and thousands of man-hours have been unable to produce any clues.
We have a few leads, a few other options we want to take advantage of, and just try to put together some pieces to this puzzle.
Do you believe the occult may be involved in the disappearance of your son?
I am so scared.
Number 7 is another great movie, come out in 2013, is The Conjuring. The Conjuring was another poltergeist, demonic possession movie, that way, where the family moves in again to a house, and these people need to stop moving into so many houses. That's what the problem is. But they move in and start experiencing odd things. And so this team of, I guess you'd say, it's a psychic and a team of, well, what am I looking for? Word I'm looking for. They go in and expel the demons, clean out the house and everything. They go and help them, and come to find out the house is haunted. The demonic spirit had possessed the mother, and the mother was getting ready to attack the children. Well, you know, this also leads up to the second movie, which I think was a prequel, actually, called Annabelle. Both great movies, but that is number 7, and I'll leave you with the trailer so you can check it out.
I get my own room.
Oh, really? You're the young one.
Oh, that's on the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. First clap.
Let me try with pleasure hands.
Clap. I'm gonna get you now. I can hear you breathing.
You took your blindfold off. I win. I was in Christine and Nancy's room.
Girls, it's way past your bedtime. Who's ever down there? I'm gonna lock you in now. Ah! Help! Andrea! Help!
Okay, this next one, number 6, we are going to step back away. This was done 1968. This is The Night of the Living Dead. This was one of the first horror movies I remember ever watching, and it was in black and white, which, if you watch The Walking Dead, you'll see they pay homage every once in a while. In some of their movies, they'll do black and white, and it's to pay homage to The Night of the Living Dead. So if you watch Walking Dead and you wonder, well, why am I watching this in black and white? They do it as to honor the original horror movies, the zombie movies. But Night of the Living Dead was cool. It starts out in a cemetery. It's one I can't. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't know. I can't remember a lot of it. But it's an awesome movie. If you love nostalgia, love old zombie movies, check it out. I'll leave you guys with this instead of keep rambling on because I'm not real familiar with the movie since I hadn't seen it in a long time. But it is a good movie.
Welcome to a night of total terror. Night of the living dead. The dead who live on living flesh. The dead whose haunted souls hunt the living. The living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. adventure in fear. An experience in shock, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. Night of the living dead. A night with the dead who cannot die. A night of total terror. Night of the living dead.
Number 5, Child's Play, 1988. This movie I loved. Now, there's a lot of people that hate it because it just scares them because they don't like the fact the doll's coming out. But Child's Play, of course, was the name of the movie. Chucky was the doll. And what it come around to is in the beginning, you had this mass murderer, Charles Lee Ray, running from the police. He winds up getting shot, but they are in a toy factory at the time. And the only thing that he can transfer his soul into is the nearest doll, which becomes Chucky, which was actually supposed to be what was called a good guy doll. Alright, well, after he transfers his spirit into Chucky, Andy's mother buys the doll for Andy for his birthday. And so Andy is playing with him, and so Chucky reveals to him that he's not really a doll, he's Charles Lee Ray, which in turn, because that's who he revealed him to, that is the only person that Chucky could transfer his spirit into is Andy because of knowing who he was. And it goes on a killing spree, therefore they think that Andy is lying, making it up, that Andy has done all this killing. They send him to a mental ward. Well, it goes on. I'm not going to keep on going on about it. I will let you guys watch the video. This is the trailer for Chucky, Child's Play, 1988.
Everyone has a birthday they'll always remember.
Can we open my presents now, Mommy? A good guy! I knew it! I'm Chucky.
He's something, isn't he?
Is Andy's.
Time for bed, Andy. Good night, baby.
Good night, Aunt Maggie. Good night, Chucky.
Everyone knows most accidents happen at home.
How did that happen?
This is no accident.
Andy!
I'm Detective Mike Norris. Homicide.
Andy!
Miss Peterson's dead, Miss Barkley. She fell from your kitchen window.
Someone's moved in with the Barkley family. And so has terror.
Mommy, I know who was on the counter.
Andy!
Who, Andy?
Chucky.
Nobody believes you about Chucky.
He came alive in my hand.
Oh, for God's sake.
Why won't you believe?
Because I'm sane, Mrs. Barkley. Sane and rational.
No one believes the truth. Or lives to tell it. There's nothing nice about murder. And there's nothing innocent about child's play.
Alright, the next one, number 4, is Halloween. I'm sure some of you love the Halloween series. This one was 1978, the original, not the remakes. Just about everything on here will be originals. The remakes are okay, but they're just not the same. But this is Michael Myers going through neighborhood killing people. No matter, kind of like a Freddy type movie. Does not die. I mean, no matter what you do, Michael Myers is still coming back for you. But I will go ahead and set up this next video. Y'all check this out. A lot of you will remember Halloween. A lot of you remember the remakes and the multiple sequels that have come out. But this is the original 1978 one.
The one, the only, the classic Halloween.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago.
Michael?
Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory.
Totally charted.
Just talk.
Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Come on out.
Halloween. The night he came home.
Okay, number 3 is one that some of you may not have heard about. It's one of my favorite. I love the movie. It is Ginger Snaps, and it was made in 2001. It is basically a werewolf movie. Ginger Snaps, it follows around 2 sisters that were supposed to be ride and die, do everything for each other. One is bitten and attacked by a werewolf, which is Ginger. She's the main character. Her sister is trying to go through the whole movie trying to figure out a way to save her, and in the end, things just don't work out, and she had to kill her sister to save her. Now, Ginger Snaps spawned, I think, 2 sequels. You have Ginger Snaps Back, and then there's one other one. I know there's a third one. I can't remember what the third one is, the name of it, but it pertains to being in the Old West, Wild Wild West. Okay, so you got werewolves in the Wild Wild West. But I will leave you to let you check out this Ginger Snaps.
So, Fitz, I think we should get together.
No.
Out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever.
United against life as we know it. Let's get out of here.
What was it?
Big dog, maybe? Whoa.
Whoa, that's it? Whoa.
Think you see werewolves a lot?
Did I change last night? Howl at the moon.
How do you feel?
Wicked. This is a very confusing time for your sister. Boys, her body, trying to fit in.
Hey, take it easy. Who's the guy?
pretty. If I wasn't here, would you eat her?
Barbie! I'm growing up, and obviously you're not.
Oh my god.
You think I want to go back to being nobody? You're so dead.
They're just being normal teenage girls.
I'm not dying in this room with you! I'm not dying!
I think she's gone.
You know, we're almost not even related anymore.
Okay, we got two more left. This is one of my favorites. Number 2, Friday the 13th, the 1980 version. Not the remake again. The 80s version where you had Jason, who was just a plain out ruthless killer. Jason, I mean, no matter what you could be running full speed and Jason just steadily walking. He's going to catch you and he's going to kill you. If you're having sex and you're at a lake, you might as well count yourself dead. But Jason had spawned, good Lord, I cannot even keep track of how many sequels Friday the 13th has spawned, plus remakes, plus crossovers. And some of you know what I mean by crossover, by the number 1 movie that's coming out. But this is the original trailer for the first Friday the 13th. Those of you
Hello? Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
1, 2, 3,
We weren't doing anything. We were just messing up.
4, 5, 6,
Must be my imagination.
7.
Can I help you? Hello?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
know it. Freddy Krueger was a child killer. He was burnt. The families of the children he killed burnt them alive. He was able to come back in their dreams and was killing off everybody from Elm Street, all the relatives from Elm Street. Nancy had to find a way to stop him. Anyway, she figured out that she could go in her dreams and fight Freddy. But Freddy was another one that spawned multiple sequels that did crossovers, and that's what I was talking about with number 2, Friday the 13th, is Jason versus Freddy. I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. But other than that, I will leave you with this. This is number 1, Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984 trailer. I hope you guys like it, and check it out.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
No!
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Alright guys, that was my top 10 with the trailers. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments on what you think should have been in there or different numbers, please leave it down below. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Really? And anyway, remember to like the video. Can't wait to see you guys come back. Let's push on for our next 1,000 views, and thank you guys.